Hello everyone and welcome to the 2021 Virginia governor's race election night between Republican challenger Glenn Youngkin and former Democratic Governor Terry McAuliffe. So the state of Virginia breaks down among party lines between 46% of registered voters as Democrats, 39% of registered voters as Republicans, and around 15% of voters as unenrolled or third party. So Democrats do have a pretty decisive advantage when it comes to the state of Virginia. As for the representative makeup of the state of Virginia, the current governor is Democrat Ralph Northam. Virginia has two Democratic senators, Mark Warner and Tim Kaine. Virginia has 11 House of Representative members, 7 being Democrats, 4 being Republicans. In the 2020 election, Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump 54% or 54.1% to 44%. So with that said, let's meet the Republican candidate. Glenn Youngkin is the former CEO of the Carlyle Group. This is his first time running for office, and he has the endorsement of former President Donald Trump and several other notable Republicans. And now let's meet the Democratic candidate. Terry McAuliffe was the former governor of Virginia from 2014 to 2018. Before that, he was the chair of the the DNC, I believe it's the Democratic National Committee from 2001 to 2005. He has the endorsements of former President Barack Obama, President Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and several other notable Democrats as well. With that, the 2022 Virginia polling average of this governor's race has been very, very close for the last few months, with Glenn Youngkin getting about 47% of the vote to Terry McAuliffe's 48.8% in the latest aggregate from the Realtor polling average. And Virginia's polling is historically off. I think it's a good way to use it. The 2017 governor's race showed a close race, then ended up being a blowout, whereas 2013 showed a blowout and ended up being very close. So Virginia is a very wacky state when it comes to polling, but nevertheless, all signs point to this being a very close and competitive race. With that said, welcome to Election Night 2022 in the state of Virginia. It is 7 o'clock on the East Coast and the polls are closed. And here is what we can tell you. Here, coming in at 7:18 p.m. on the East Coast, we have a bunch of counties starting to fill in now for both Glenn Youngkin and Terry McAuliffe. As the map fills in, it is filling in on the more rural side of Virginia. This is where a lot of the Republicans' core support is going to be, as well as a few Democratic counties and Democratic cities coming in. I believe the city of Roanoke just filling in now. So with that said, 9.23% of the vote is in, and Glenn Youngkin takes a 64.4% to 34% lead over Terry McAuliffe. Only 18 minutes in, so still very early on in the night. Nevertheless, a lead for Glenn Youngkin nonetheless. And now we have another key race alert coming in. We have some more voting data coming in out of the state of Virginia. We have some more information coming in throughout the rest of the state of Virginia. A lot of more rural suburban counties, as well as the very pivotal Richmond area, and very important, the Virginia Beach area, this being a very strong swing territory of the state of Virginia. Virginia Beach coming in 49 to 47% lead for Terry McAuliffe. Very, very close. Had traditionally voted Republican for the last few years before it flipped to the Democrats around 2016. And with this information coming in, Glenn Youngkin now leads the state of Virginia with 52.6% of the vote to Terry McAuliffe's 47.5%. This race is very close. It is narrowed up considerably. And with only about 30% of the vote in, we still have a long way to go to decide who will be the next governor of the state of Virginia. And now we have another key race alert coming in. At 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast, here is what we can tell you. We have a lot of votes reporting in throughout the middle of the state. This also including more of the suburban areas and rural areas outside of places like Richmond and the Naval Ports area, as well as starting to lead up into the more northern Virginia suburbs and exurbs where most of the vote is up in that northeastern part of the state. The rural and suburban part of the state, which all the votes are coming in from now, is traditionally more of a swing to slightly more conservative area, except by the seacoast, or not seacoast, but the naval yards. This is where a lot of the Democratic vote is coming in, but throughout the rural areas and the suburban areas are filling in pretty red at this time. And here is what we can officially tell you with 57.7% of the vote in. Glenn Youngkin is now trailing to Terry McAuliffe, 49.7% of the vote to 49.5%. Terry McAuliffe taking the lead in this very close and pivotal Virginia governor's race. And now we have some more votes coming in out of the state of Virginia. More votes in the suburban and exurban areas leading into the northern Virginia suburbs. And a lot of votes are starting to fill in now. We're seeing a lot of votes filling in red for Glenn Youngkin. All indications from this race so far is that he is overperforming both Donald Trump and Ed Gillespie in 2020 and 2017 respectively. Glenn Youngkin overperforming his two previous Republican predecessors in the state of Virginia. These counties filling in red, and with that, Glenn Youngkin has 50.9% of the vote to Terry McAuliffe's 48.3% at 68.5% of the vote in. Glenn Youngkin retaking the lead from Terry McAuliffe at 9:05 p.m. as only the northern Virginia suburbs remain. These suburbs, these three particular counties, and then smaller sub-counties as well, make up about a third of the population in Virginia, so this race can go either way. But a very, very close and hard-fought election so far here on election night. And we have another key race alert coming in now. And as you can see, we are getting some reports out of the northern Virginia suburb as the votes come in. We have Loudoun County first coming in at 57% for McAuliffe to 42% for Youngkin. Next, we have Prince William County coming in as well. Margins a little bit similar to Loudoun County. And we also have Fairfax County coming in at 66% for McAuliffe, 33% for Youngkin, as well as Arlington County coming in for McAuliffe as well, and Alexandria in for McAuliffe as well. With all of that said, 98% or more vote is in, and Terry McAuliffe has retaken the lead over Glenn Youngkin. 51.8% for Terry McAuliffe, 47.4% for Glenn Youngkin. So now we can move on, and we can officially make a prediction in this race. In the 2021 Virginia governor's race between Republican Glenn Youngkin and Democrat Terry McAuliffe, we can officially predict at this time that Terry McAuliffe will win and will be the next governor of the state of Virginia, winning back his old job. Terry McAuliffe winning with a 51.8% to 47.4% margin, a very close and hard-fought campaign by both Terry McAuliffe and Republican Glenn Youngkin. But at the end of the day, the governor's race narrowly goes to Terry McAuliffe. And with that said, we can now go to the 2021 governor's map for the United States. And we can watch as Virginia fills in blue as Terry McAuliffe has won the 2021 Virginia governor's race. So that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure to give it a like and leave a comment below telling me what you thought of the video and who you think will win the 2021 Virginia's governor's race. If you are not subscribed to my channel, and if this is your first time watching one of my videos, make sure to tap the red subscribe button in the description. And if you are a returning subscriber of mine, thank you so much for coming back to another one of my videos. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.